in Gulgong with Sharon. Sharon's been good enough to sit down and have a chat to me about, well, a whole range of things. But I want to just ask you a few questions, Sharon. Sure. You've obviously been in education. You've had a long history in education and being responsible for shaping the minds of our future leaders and the future people in our society. What are you seeing at the moment in terms of your view on society, I suppose in particular in relation to politics?
Look, I want something that's genuine and people with integrity. And I'm sick of it, as I said to you earlier, I'm sick of the party line. I'm sick of the bullshit that we're fed by script writers for the parties. I just think people want something more genuine. And people want to be heard, and we want policies that are more tuned to our electorate, not to party policies that are determined by people outside the electorate.
Yeah, and I think that is really important. One of the things that I've heard a lot from people is they want this electorate represented, and obviously that's what I'm trying to do by going around and talking to lots of people like yourself. So where do you see the future? Put your crystal ball in front of you and jump forward 5 or 10 years. Where are we headed? Are we going to get to the stage where people are more about the electorate themselves, about the independence, rather than those big pays? Do you see a shift going that way?
Well, I'm hoping to, because I think the way the system is at the moment between the three main parties, they're cutting up the cake between them, and there's not too many crumbs left for everybody else. I hope we do have more independence. I hope there's respect and civility, and so far what I've seen of the independence has been terrific at a federal and state level.
Yep.
And I've got more faith, I think, in independence being able to come to agreement, compromise. I know there's always going to be compromise. Not everyone's going to get what they want. I know there's going to be horse trading, but you've got to respect the integrity of people doing the horse trading to respect the horse trading. If you don't respect the horse trader, well, it's just horse trading, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah, so I do say it has to go more independence for the time being anyway.
Yeah, and one of the things that certainly people have talked to me about a lot is that it's all well and good to talk about the issues now, but when you elect someone, you don't know what the issues will be. And it's a 4-year period in state government. So it's really important to have someone that you can trust, someone you've got faith in, so that the next issue that pops up or the next issue that pops up, you say, well, I believe in that person and I believe that they'll make a good decision for the betterment of the electorate. And obviously that's important from what you're saying in that person you elect.
Yes, and I think we've just got to break the club. The club so far has been mostly middle-aged white men in a multicultural society like Australia, when we have sort of articulate women as well as all these different ethnic groups, or for want of a better term. We just don't have enough representation of the total community, and I think the independents are more likely to bring that in. So it takes a long time to sort of build yourself up in the established parties, and it's almost like an inherited position. When you look at father, son, sort of carrying on with some of the parties, you think, hello, nepotism, inheritance?
Yeah. Yep. Well, I can't break the mould for the middle-aged white male. I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
No, that's fine.
It's an attitude. It's not just the physical characteristics, it's the attitude.
Yeah.
And that attitude is what we've just seen with state Labor at the moment in Sydney. Although I must say Daly was pretty good. He was very firm coming in. I thought, oh yeah, you might sort of be a good replacement for Foley.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, it's an attitude rather than just a physical attribute.
No, I understand.
Because there are quite a few women that are also middle-aged white men in their attitudes.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Well, look, it's been interesting chatting to you. It's great hearing about your history and certainly some of your ideas, and that's what I love when I talk to people, is just hearing what they've got to say, and certainly some of the opinions you've had around climate change and the fact that some of the major parties ignore the fact that climate change is not happening and ignore the fact that we do need to look at renewables. So it's been interesting around that.
The parties forget that there's been a huge sea change in the bush over the last 30 years, where not all people that have grown up in country towns are on the land. A lot of people have moved out from the city, and there's a lot more happening, like real estate in Orange, Gulgong, Mudgee. It's going gangbusters with people moving out from Sydney for a lifestyle choice, and it's half the price. So these are people, that have got city attitudes. I go to the cafe every morning for coffee and read the paper, and I'm there for an hour and a half catching up with people. Well, I did that in the city as well, and a lot of people who've lived here all their lives are also doing it. So we're not hayseeds.
No, that's good. No, it's been fascinating having a chat to you. I appreciate your time.
Well, thank you.
As I do all the people I meet with, I appreciate the amount of time they give me. People are very generous with their time. Yes. Appreciate your time, and I look forward to your support as we go forward over the next few months of campaigning and through to March next year.
Sure. Okay, Mathew. No, look, all the best.